It's time to get down to business now. Joining us is Cosmo Macero of O'Neill & Associates, live at our Beacon Hill studio to get down to business. Cosmo, huge holiday shopping season as we saw, and this time I think different from past few years. More plastic being used by consumers and shoppers out there.
Charging again. I think the average consumer is spending $756 this year on their credit cards. That's up. Credit card spending surged 7% in November, surged again in December. So for consumer confidence, for consumer spending, that's good. But there's going to be a big bill to pay come the first of the year.
Certainly is, as always. We know those are always going to be in the mail. Let's talk about the New York Times Company, owners of the Boston Globe, among many other properties, of course, playing the role of Grinch, I understand, a little bit this year as well. Explain.
Yeah, they just sold off, not the Globe, but they sold off 16 regional newspapers around the country for $143 million to the Halifax Media Company. Now, they sent out a memo to those employees saying, hey, we just sold your newspaper. You might be fired, but you better check with your new employer. This comes on the heels of a $15 million exit package for outgoing CEO Janet Robertson. That's 10% of the whole purchase price. Not really sitting well with Times Company employees. I got to say, even if you're the New York Times Company, do you really want to be annoying a big group of New York Times reporters? Not a strategy I would advocate, but, so there's a little bit of unrest at Times Square over this series of corporate moves here in New York.
Like the way you looked at that. All right, Cosmo. And finally, let's talk about another one of those brands that seems to be disappearing or at least downsizing, something we all grew up with. Let's talk about Sears Kmart here.
Yeah, I love Sears. Great store. Built on electronics and home appliances. Problem is, Sears and Kmart, now owned by the same hedge fund, a terrible holiday season. They're closing between the two of them 120 stores nationwide. Now, they're in some tough locations. Not a lot you can do about that. They haven't done much to upgrade their stores.
Yes.
And there's something you ought to do about that. Now, Sears has seen competition for electronics really hurt them. Appliances, you know what, in the down housing market, people don't buy appliances. That hurts. As far as Kmart goes, a smart person once said to me, you can kind of get the same stuff you get at Kmart at Target, except it just seems a lot better. That's all about the shopping experience, the store experience. It's time to upgrade those Sears and Kmart stores. The problem is, it might be too late.
Yeah, upgrade, update, or get out of the way as it appears. Cosmo Macero of O'Neill & Associates. Appreciate it as always. And Happy New Year to you, pal.
You too. Happy New Year.
Very good. Shannon?